Farming has been one of the first things that humans have learned to do. It is through farming that humans were able to feed the world. But farming today has changed, mainly not in a good way, preventing it from fulfilling its important purpose of feeding humankind. Modern farming has become heavily dependent on harmful chemical fertilizers and pesticides and produces only a few kinds and varieties of crops which, ironically, endanger the survival of farms. Farms and the environment are being destroyed by chemicals, and farmers are exposed to unnecessary harm. Farmers are being forced by policies to abandon their traditional and sustainable practices in favor of new technologies. This results in the de-skilling of farmers and continuous degradation of their farms. Farmers end up spending more and harvesting less, leaving them with limited income. Something is not right. If farming is to save itself, practices have to change. That means not only putting an end to destructive practices, but also shifting to an agroecological farming system. Agroecological farming is a farming system where plants, animals, humans, and the environment benefit from each other for sustainable and fair food production practices, and where women and the youth have more active roles, contributing to economic empowerment, better health and nutrition, and healthier environment. While the current industrial farming is aimed at increasing crop yield for bigger profit by employing whatever means, even destructive, the goal of agroecological farming is creating a healthy ecosystem and rich biodiversity so that processes necessary for a healthy and robust crop and livestock growth could naturally occur within and around the farm, thus eliminating the need for harmful inputs like chemical fertilizers and pesticides and synthetic feeds. While industrial agriculture destroys biodiversity, agroecological farming rebuilds and sustains it. Agroecological farming employs practical science and local and traditional practices. These include planting various crops and varieties, rotating crops, integrating farm animals, and adding other elements that help enrich biodiversity. Multi-cropping, or growing various crops together, helps ensure healthy crop growth. Crops are carefully chosen so that they support each other rather than compete with one another. A main crop that attracts a certain pest, for example, should be accompanied by crops that fend off that very type of pest. These other plants serve as the first line of defense against infestation or act as natural insecticide. Rotating crops ensures that the nutrients in the soil are not depleted and even makes the soil healthier. Adding farm animals in the mix also enriches the farm. Manure from the animals enriches the soil, thus improving soil biodiversity. Having natural or semi-natural elements like meadows, ponds, marshes, and other animals and other plants like fruit trees would further support and enrich biodiversity. These practices and components work together to naturally support the processes necessary for a healthy farm, such as soil building, nitrogen fixation, nutrient replenishment, and pollination. To transition to agroecological farming, farmers need manifold knowledge and skills and an enabling environment. Farmers should have access to experiential learning and other avenues to advance their know-how and share their own learnings in their farms with other farmers. Governments should provide resources that are appropriate to the farmers' needs and local conditions. Craft farmer-friendly policies and programs, recognizing that farmers' innovations are an essential part of farming systems. Provide access to markets and reduce the dependence on intermediaries to earn more from their produce. Consumers should likewise support farmers by buying directly from them and supporting farmers' markets. Harmful farming systems must be replaced with practices that heal and nurture the land. Provide us with safe and healthy food, help mitigate impacts of climate change, and support farmers' livelihood. By strengthening and putting them at the center, farmers can make their farms more sustainable. Only when farmers are empowered will they be able to feed the world. Let's help save our future. Let's help sustain our farms.